Okay, today we are making black silky chicken. Now, this chicken is pretty amazing, honestly. The reason why I wanted to make this is because I've only had it once in my life, and I always see it at the Asian Mart, and I'm like, you know what, I want to give this a shot. So basically, I'm just giving you a look at the bird. I mean, just by the looks of this, it's pretty cool looking. I mean, purple, darkish skin, super lean, and it doesn't have any off smell, but I did notice it had 5 toes, which was kind of cool. But anyway, we're gonna get right into this. I don't wanna waste your time. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Basically what we're doing is we're doing an old school technique called a ballotine, right? So basically, I'm gonna use a little modern technique to make this old school dish, but right now I'm just fast forwarding it because, this takes a little bit more time, but I can explain to you what I'm doing here as you're watching. So what I'm pretty much doing is I started with the slit down the backbone and I'm undressing this bird. I am literally taking the skin off, working my knife around to get any spots that are resistant. And I like to use a paring knife for this. Feel free to use whatever knife makes you comfortable. But basically the only thing we have to get around are the legs and also the drumstick and the wing. Basically. So it's actually fairly easy. It's almost like you're undressing. You know what I mean? That's what you have to think about. And this was very daunting when I was a young culinarian, but after you do it like 4 or 5 times, you're good to go. You know exactly where the body is and how you need to move the skin around the bones in the flesh. So from there, I'm very gently just trying to remove all of this skin, cutting past all of this, the stuff that I don't want to eat, right? So I think what's really important when I'm doing this is I'm taking my time and I'm doing it. Obviously it's in fast forward right now, but I'm actually taking my time and making sure that I'm not piercing the flesh or making any holes in the skin, because that will affect the finished product, right? So I think it's just really important. So now I'm just going around the other side of the bird. And as you can see, I'm really using the knife just to slice through the parts that are giving me a little bit of resistance that I can't get with my hands. Okay, and from there, what I'm gonna do is see how I cut the foot off real quick. So, I mean, obviously the foot's not still attached, but that's kind of like where the ankle bone is. And it just makes it easier to pull the skin off. So, boom, we're done. And now we're gonna go into cleaning up the skin a little bit. Now, I want you to check this out. It's pretty cool. I mean, it just looks interesting, right? Like you can tell it's chicken, but you're just like, what is this? It's like bluish purple. Now, I have to say, I've done this plenty of times before, but I kind of want to just give you an idea of how I like to approach this. So this can be kind of intimidating, but I see a lot of people roll the whole bird up in, all the flesh inside the skin just like this, and I highly recommend against it. One, because you want to get all these bits that I'm getting off of the skin, because they're just not pleasant in your mouth when you do the cooking technique that I'm going to do. So I literally remove all of this gunk, all of this extra visceral fat. You want to get it out of there, right? And then I'm just taking the breasts off. I realize that the breasts are really small and I'm like, man, it's almost like squab. But, I just continue to go around. I'm going to debone the legs and the thighs. And what I like to do is I like to keep the leg and the thigh meat pretty much as full as possible. I don't just like to cut chunks off. That way I have a lot to work with, and then I can cut where I see fit. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So right now I'm taking out the thigh bone, just ever so gingerly. I'm using my paring knife for this whole process. The only other knife I used was the Deba, just to make the slip down the back. But I'm telling you, for some reason, when I'm working with small poultry, this bird is on the smaller side. I'm telling you, a paring knife works great for me. Super sharp, and it gets the job done. But feel free to use whatever knife you feel comfortable using, right? I just never found use to use a boning knife. It just never worked for me. But that's me. So here we go. We're at the breasts. I'm just cutting off that extra fat. We really want to trim up everything that you do not want to eat, like if you were to roast it. And I think this is where a lot of people make a mistake. Like, take the extra time and trim it up properly, so that way every bite is perfect. So the leg was actually kind of the toughest. It's the one I was like trying to negotiate with myself. The only reason I say this is because there was barely any meat on that leg. So you can tell this bird was super lean. And if you have ever had any experience breaking down squab, you would know the same thing. Okay, so now we are getting into the good stuff. So I am seasoning with a little Vadavan spice. This is from Le Sanctuaire. It is amazing. This is the best spice, I'm telling you. It tastes so good on everything. But think of like roasted onion, garlic, curry flavors. Okay, this is what I'm going for. I'm seasoning with just light salt. I really want to taste the flavor of the bird, so I'm taking it easy on salt, and then no pepper, because Vadavan it's in its own world of flavor, okay? I'm telling you, if you ever get a chance, try it. It's expensive, but it's very good. So this is what I wanted to really drive home. So right now I'm just cleaning up the skin again. I am just gonna clip where the leg bones are, where the skin is, kind of slit it open. But then I think this is what's really important, right? So if you made it this far in the video, you the best. And I hope you're a young culinarian or a cook coming up in the world, but I'm gonna fast forward through this part. But what I like to do is I like to cut as perfect as 2 rectangles or squares as I can with the bird. And then I separate it. So I do 1 leg, 1 thigh, 1 breast on one half, and then I do the same on the other. And this is what I think is really important. We are going to use Activa, RM. Now there's a few different types of Activa. This is RM, so it has maltodextrin mixed in. And so you can use it pretty sparingly, right? But I think what's really important is making sure that the meat is somewhat moist, okay? It can't be a super dry piece of meat or else the Activa won't work because it needs to hydrate. So I'm just, putting the pieces in, right? I want to make sure that I make a perfect circle. So I think what's really important is making sure the pieces fit properly and you have a bite of each in your mouth. A little bit of skin, a little bit of breast, a little bit of thigh. So from here, I'm adding a little Activa so the thigh will stick to the breast. And just make sure that you're using RM. If you're using GS, then you need to use 25% of what I'm using right now. Because if not, then it'll be too chewy. But there's alternatively, you can make a slurry, like you can hydrate the Activa with a little bit of cold water and use a paintbrush to paint it on. There's a couple ways you can do it, but I highly suggest using the RM and just sprinkling it through a sifter. That way you get even coating. And so boom, here we go. That's what it looks like. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wrap this in saran wrap, but I wanted to show how even it looks, I think that's the biggest thing. Especially if you're in a fine dining environment or if you want to work in a Michelin star restaurant, it literally has to be perfect. There's no other option. We spend so much time creating dishes and making sure that it's executed perfectly. And this is where it happens. So like this dish that I'm creating right now, I would be more than confident to put it on a menu. Now, if I were to pass this task off to somebody else to create or to prep this dish, you better believe I'm checking over every single step. And I think what's really important is sometimes you have to take a second and make sure that you are doing it correctly. So this is a common technique in fine dining, and it's just a roulade. And basically what I'm doing, I'm using plastic wrap and I'm making it super tight. Then I'm going to tie knots and then snip the ends, right? Then from there, boom, we're cooking sous vide today, okay? So I let this rest for 24 hours before I cook it. 24 hours is a must, all right? Then I'm gonna drop it in the circulator. I'm going 65 degrees centigrade for it was 55 minutes. That's what I timed it for. So 55 minutes. After that, I let it come to room temp. And now I'm going to sear in a pan with a little bit of butter. And I'm not adding any aromatics, and I'll show you why in a second here. But I think what's really important is to reinforce the flavors that I seasoned it originally with. So you will notice right here, I'm taking some of this vin and I am going to wait until the butter gets nice and nutty, and I'm gonna add a little bit of that vin right back in. So as you can see, I'm really monitoring the heat here. I don't want it to be too hot and I don't want it to be too cold. I'm gonna constantly move these little roulades around so it gets golden brown and delicious on all sides. And again, I know I keep on saying it's really important, but it kind of is. I think, for me as a chef, I think about this process, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take a little bit of this brown butter with the vin that's crispy now, and pour it back over just to make sure that that there is this spice on there. But anyway, this is a really good video for somebody who's coming up in the world of culinary, right? So because I really want to help the younger chef, right? I think a lot of these techniques like this are just fading away, and I think it's really important to kind of cherish this. Here I'm just slicing and I'm about to plate. I did make a roasted jus, right? So I took the bones, I cooked them down, a little mirepoix, blah, blah, blah. And I have to say that the sauce was a little bit weird. If I could go back, I would have used regular chicken, but hey, next time. I like to utilize the whole bird, so that's why I didn't do it. But I mean, look at this. This is like money. You might be thinking it's a little bit pink, but I promise you it's perfect. The thigh meat is just a little bit off color because it's dark meat. But this is a good tip for plating. So if you can see, you notice how the roulades are pretty much picture perfect. The skin is nice and crispy. The jus came out really nice, and I'm about to plate right now. And I think sometimes simplicity is beautiful, and for sure you would eat this. If I showed you the roasted raw bird, you'd be like, oh my God, this looks crazy. I don't know if I want to eat this. But I gotta admit, I ate this chicken and it was amazing. The texture was so good. I'm so glad I cooked it this way because it was super lean. The skin, the texture was amazing, it was nice and crispy. Everything was cooked. The vade vin was perfect for this bird because it was slightly gamey. But I'm telling you right now, I really enjoyed this. I hope that you learned a lot from this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe. Posting every Wednesday and Friday. Thanks a lot.